This video is going to be for my knee trigger, and to start off, I got to give a technique, and for my KV, I'm going to go somewhere between 70 to 80, depending on the size of my patient, and for my mass, it's going to be between 6 to 10, again, depending on the size of my patient. So right now, I'm just going to leave it at 70 and at 8. So go to my tube. So I already have the tube detented to the table, and when I set my patient down, I'll add an angle if I have to. So I'm just going to go get my patient right now. Yeah, I just let. All right, can you give me your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Luis, what is it's 7/27/1996.
Your date of birth? Can you repeat that?
7/27/1996.
All right. So we need to do a couple knee x-rays, okay?
Okay.
So for the first one, I'm going to have my patient lay down on the table. So can you come over here?
Yeah.
And then you just lay down. Any chance you might be pregnant?
No, not today.
I'm going to raise my table right. What brings you in today?
Knee pain.
You pain? How long has
Yeah,
that been going
right
on?
knee. It's been going on for a couple of weeks now.
You said right knee?
I had a fall, yeah.
Alright. Put my set in the bucket. Want to be lined up. So I'm going to add, depending on the size of the pelvis of my patient, I have to add an angle on it. For him, I'm going to add 5 degrees. It's about it. Drop it down a little bit. There. I want to be lined up. There you go. Also want to be on the table button, not on tabletop. You said it was right knee, right?
Yes, correct.
It's gonna feel okay. She's gonna move you. Just move it. And you're supposed to go 1 inch below the apex of the patella. So there it is. It's gonna go a little bit lower. Follow me. Put my marker down. Put my shield real quick. Lay this over you, okay? Alright, try not to move, okay? Alright. X-ray. Just come back. Take the plate out. I'd go out, run it, get another one. So I'm just gonna leave this one right here. Just pretend that I got a new one. Now for this one, I'm gonna have you rotate your entire leg medially, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead. That's good right there. You think you can hold that?
Yeah.
Just feel for the apex of the patella. Again, another, it's a ½ inch again below the apex. Looks good. A marker. Hold still. X-ray. Alright. And for this next one, I'm actually going to have you turn towards me, okay? You grab the shield point. Just going to rotate your roll over. Yes, all the way this way. I want you to put this foot over this foot, okay? Yes. You want the knee flex 20 to 30 degrees. Pretty good right there. inch below the condyles of the femur. Try not to move, okay? Alright. X-ray. Alright. So then, take out the cassette, run it, go get another one. So now for this next view, it's called the, it's for the intercondylar fossa. Have you sit down, lay down on your back. Go ahead and do that. And put this keep in your foot. Grab a pillow real quick. You want to put some support underneath here for the knee, but you also want to reduce OID. Grab another cassette. Alright, put this underneath you, okay? Alright, we'll set it down. It's called the Claire method, and you want the knee, you want it to be a 60-degree angle, and you want to center your tube along the axis of the lower leg to fit. I forgot to mention this too, but you want to be at 40 inches when you're for your SID for the first 3 images, and then also for these two. Get off the 10. CR to enter at the joint space. Marker. Try not to move, okay? Alright. Well, actually, I forgot my shield really quick. Sorry about that. Alright. Actually going to change my technique to 65 at 5 since I'm not using a grid anymore. So, X-ray. I come by. Run the cassette, grab a new one. So this one I'm actually going to take all these out of here, okay? You lift your foot up. Thanks. Sheets real quick. And this last one is for a tangential view of the patella. And this is the Setagas method. So I'm actually going to, can you bend your leg even more up? Actually, can you hold onto this disc right here? You can either hold it like that if you feel more comfortable coming up and holding it, that's fine too. Push me feel good. Bend it as much as you can. Right there. Usually want the angle of the CR depends on the how much the knee is flexed, but typically it's around it's about 15 to 20 degrees. You want the patella to be perpendicular to the IR, and you want CR hold that?
Yeah.
You're doing good. Try and hold that, okay? Try not to move. Alright. X-ray. Just grab this. Run it. If it comes out okay, then that's fine. If you need to do a repeat, I go ahead and do that. But for now, everything came out good. Finish with the exam. Okay. Sorry I startled you. Grab that for you. Alright. That's it. Doctor will come by and I'll tell you the results, okay?
Alright, thank you.
That's the end of the video. Okay, this is the image evaluation portion of my knee trigger video. Now for the first projection, the AP projection of the knee, what you want is open joint space right here between the femur and the tibia. And you get this depending on the size of the patient's pelvis. You might have to put an angle on it, either cephalid or cotted, again depending. And what you're going to see is patella superimposed on the femur, fibula slightly superimposed with the tibia. You don't want there to be any rotation. You're going to see the intercondylar eminence here, the tibial plateaus, but it's just really important that you get this space nice and open. And then right here, the eminences are kind of getting close to closing up this joint space, but it's still a good image. I wouldn't repeat. And for this one, the AP oblique projection of the knee with medial rotation, you want a 45-degree medial rotation of the patient's leg. And patella is going to be on the medial side of the femur. It's going to be sticking out right here. And the most important part is that you want this space right here nice and open between the tibia and the fibula. You don't want there to be any superimposition because it's important that the radiologist see if there's any kind of fracture or something here. You also want to see the posterior portion of the tibia. And this is a good image. The lateral projection of the knee. You want the condyles to be nice and superimposed as much as you can. If you don't have your patient in the correct position, then these are going to be, they're not going to be completely superimposed, and you're not going to get this joint spaces that you want open. This one right here, between the femur and the tibia, and the patella and the femur. And if the patient's not in the correct position, it's going to be closed up. You also want to see the patella and lateral profile. It's a good job here. And the intercondylar eminence is, again, kind of, it's getting there. It's closing up the space between the femur and the tibia, but again, wouldn't repeat. So it looks pretty good. And then the femur's, the fibula is going to be superimposed on the tibia, on the posterior portion of it. And then for to get the intercondylar fossa nice and open without any superimposition, again, positioning of the patient is very, very important. If they're not in the correct position, the patella might be, it's over here and it's out of the area of interest. But if the patient's put in the wrong position, then it's going to be lower down, and it's going to be over the intercondylar fossa. You also want to see this joint space between the femur and the tibia nice and open. The intercondylar eminences, tibial plateaus. Don't want there to be any rotation, and it doesn't look like there's any here either. Again, this is another really good image. And then for the last one, the sunrise, or the tangential projection of the patella. You want the patella in profile. And you want this space nice and open. I think it's the patellar femoral joint space. You don't want there to be any superimposition. And again, they did a really good job on this image as well. So I think that's about it.